Vocabulary Virtuoso, PSAT-SAT, Book 2. So today I wanted to share with you the second book in Vocabulary Virtuoso's PSAT-SAT book series. By the way, I'm Manisha, the founder of Modulo. And we already did a review of book 1, but if you're a little more advanced, if you're a teenager who's trying to prepare for the PSAT, SAT, or if you're a parent looking to support your student or tutor or some type of caregiver who cares about your student learning vocabulary for whatever reason, this is an awesome worksheet-based curriculum, great for kids who just want to get to work and study. If you don't really like adaptive apps and things like that, if you want something screen-free, this is just such a great option. Critical Thinking Company has been around forever, 100 years, 30 years, something like that. And they have a very robust pre-K through 12th grade curriculum. I usually recommend it to gifted kids or really anyone who's a deep thinker and doesn't really want to do online learning. They do have ebooks, so there is an online option. I like workbooks myself. I think this one is really strong and it will help prepare you well. Critical Thinking Company has a particularly strong language arts program, and if you're looking for other subjects beyond just vocabulary, you really can't miss out. So let's take a little peek into this book so you can get a sense of how it works. They have lists of everything starts with the list of vocabulary that you're going to learn, written by Nancy Ferderer, who's educator for 25 years. She has tons of experience. It's very well designed. So then you have the definitions, and then the exercises typically start from easier to hard. So the first type of exercise involves multiple choice, which you're also probably going to find on the PSAT and SAT, so it's good to practice. When I was a tutor, I used to recommend that students cover up the answers before they guess the word, because especially if you're a creative thinker, you can start, your mind can go off in all directions and you can start making a reason why every single one of these words fits the sentence. But if you just cover them up and think of a synonym first, then you're more likely to get the right answer. So that's a good note for our 2E students. So we have these fill in the blanks, and then after that, we have the option to put in a word into a sentence. So again, I would kind of encourage you to think about what the word is and then find the word to put in. And then it gets a little bit more challenging as you start doing an exercise where you have a full passage and you need to fill in the words, which is great for when you start those long reading comprehension passages. And then they have this kind of funny exercise I find a bit challenging, where right here in the right-hand column, you have a word that's scrambled, and you need to unscramble it and figure out what the synonym is. So that is pretty challenging. I mean, I cannot even figure out what this first one is. So it's supposed to be a synonym for compromise. Then the next one is for affirmation, block. It's just sometimes I can usually guess one of them right away. Let's just see if I can see. Okay, here's one that I'm able to guess quickly. So even adults can't necessarily do this. Here we're trying to find a synonym for rejection. It says EOTV, so the correct answer is veto. We have to do that with all of these. I'm going to have to sit and think for a while longer to try to guess what they are. So, and then after that, and then you're going to start writing your own sentences with some of the words, and then actually this one isn't writing your own sentences, it's just writing a definition. And then complete each sentence to show that you understand the meaning of the underlined word. So that's when you start writing a little bit more. And that's pretty much the whole program. It's designed to prepare for the PSAT. As a homeschooler, it's helpful to prepare for these tests. Used to tutor these tests for years, and I don't necessarily think that they're really a great reflection of intelligence. And sometimes taking these kind of tests, especially if you care a lot about performance, it can create a lot of anxiety and make you question your self-worth, but just having tutored these tests to all kinds of students for all years, I really don't think they're a reflection of intelligence. But if you can kind of learn the game and learn the system, then you can show to colleges and universities and potential places of employment that you do know your stuff, because homeschool grades just don't count for a lot. It can be good to just get to work, study, and ace some standardized tests like this so you can impress anybody who wants to hire you and doesn't really have the time to get to know you, basically, in a nutshell. So yeah, it's worthwhile. And we have some other episodes on homeschool diplomas and applying to college, but essentially I think that if that is important to you, and you absolutely don't need to go to college to be successful in life, to make money, to be happy, to have a full life, but if that is a goal that's important to you, or if you just want to kind of try the PSAT and see how you do, try to get a national merit scholarship, that is just, think of it as something kind of fun and interesting, and know that taking these SATs, PSATs, and APs are going to help you to achieve that goal of getting into a college or university. And what's great about homeschooling is that you really do have the time to study and just learn how to game the system, because that's what it is. It's a game. These tests are a game, and learning how to understand systems is a useful skill for life, but just please don't take it as a reflection of your self-worth or intelligence. Approach it as a game. And of course, vocabulary is so much fun. I love words, and it's just, if you're a vocabulary nerd like me, these can be kind of fun books to try. So I hope you enjoy Vocabulary Virtuoso PSAT SAT Book 2. If you have tried it, please leave a comment in this video so other parents can know about your experience, if it worked for you, why or why not, any other resources you recommend. It would just be super helpful if you could share that with the community. And have an amazing, amazing day, everyone.